a.m. is back.
Well, today is social media day, so what is your favorite platform? We're looking at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And we've been kind of all over the board this morning, starting at 4:30. Pinterest had a huge lead at
What's
the
on
beginning.
Pinterest again? Isn't that where you get recipes and things?
Yeah, and memes. You know, nothing like a good meme.
Oh, there's memes on there?
Lots
There
of
are
memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff, and I think you know, it's kind of mindless, well, easy stuff. You know, it's not a lot of interaction.
What's the difference between a meme and a GIF?
The GIF, I believe, is animated.
And what's a meme?
The meme is just words on a.
I prefer GIFs.
Like a digital flyer. It might be. Twitter, though, came into the lead at one point.
Twitter's good for news.
Yes.
I think that's my favorite news platform. I subscribe to all my, when I get up in the morning, I make sure the world hasn't blown up by watching Fox 10 and logging onto Twitter.
I'm actually surprised Instagram isn't doing better.
Yeah, I wonder. Huh. Maybe it's like the Instagram folks are still sleeping in because they're getting their beauty rest.
Right.
Right. And when they get up, they're going to take that perfect glowing shot of themselves.
Yeah, and the TikTokers get up at about 9:30.
TikTokers are just going to bed. Aren't they much like 12-year-olds?
It's true.
In honor of World Social Media Day, we're talking Vincent Orleck, president of the Social Media Club of Phoenix. Vincent, first of all, I'm going to put you on the spot. Vote right now. Favorite social media site?
Oh, TikTok by far right now.
Really?
See?
What does TikTok have to offer? I've never even been on that.
Yeah, I TikTok is hilarious. It's also educational. I find a lot of that. I mean, look, there's good and bad on all, but certainly there's a lot to be found that I think people underestimate TikTok, the educational nature of it.
That's true. There are some videos that my kids get really stuck on, and I'm kind of impressed with the information that they come up with.
Like what?
But Vincent, just everything about history, just all sorts of
There's
anything you can imagine.
TikTok?
Anything you can imagine, right, Vincent?
Yeah, it's honestly anything and everything is there for, again, for better and worse, just like every other platform, pretty much. But TikTok is huge right now, and I know over the last year, especially, and during the pandemic, during quarantine, TikTok experienced huge growth. In fact, it's overtaken Facebook as the one that people spend the most time on per month, which is huge.
It is
I don't
giant
want
time
another
sucker.
social media site in my life. I'd have to maybe drop one. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about this, because we were talking about the history of it earlier, Vincent, and we were saying how you're going to kind of give us an overview. We were talking about MySpace, and that was probably one of the earliest ones, right? I mean, Facebook's been around for a long time. Take us through kind of the ones that were big and, that didn't last very long.
Yeah, well, I mean, it started back really on, hey, AOL, anyone? Anyone remember
my gosh,
AOL?
yeah, the old dial-up.
May still have an AOL account.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, all of that. So with AOL, I mean, Friendster was one that was back in the day.
Friendster, yeah.
Yeah, MySpace certainly was huge, but it was huge relative to the time, because right now we would look at MySpace and be like, oh, it had a couple 100 million users and whatever. That's like a drop in the bucket for a lot of these. Snapchat has a couple 100 million users right now, and people are kind of down on Snapchat. So yeah, Facebook came along back in the early 2000s, launched to college kids basically, and then blew up from there. Twitter came along, LinkedIn was in there early on. So they've all those the big boys, I guess, the main three. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And then, of course, Instagram. Facebook acquired Instagram back in 2012 for a couple billion, which at the time was unheard of. And now it looks like a smoking deal.
Does it do each sites kind of grow out of their popularity due to, the influx of all the rest of us, as the parents join social media? It's like, boo.
Yeah, my mom's on TikTok. I am out.
Listen, that's the book on it, right? That's all these platforms. They start with the youth, air quotes, the youth, who make it popular, and then from there, actually, there's the adults, but also the people like me, the marketers and the businesses that love to jump on where the audiences live. So we come along, and the saying is always, marketers ruin everything. I don't personally believe that. Okay,
of course not.
But that is the saying that sometimes it's like a running joke in the industry. But yeah, the adults and the older folks come in and kind of ruin it for the kids, and then the kids find a new platform.
See?
What's the next one? What
Yeah.
are you
I was going to say this is what we need to do to get our kids off TikTok. Get on TikTok.
Well, then they're going to find something else, Renee. It's like that gopher thing where you try to hit the gophers. You hit the one gopher and like 4 more gophers pop up. What's next,
It seems
Vincent?
like there's always something else. Like Snapchat came along, was big for a little bit. It's still immensely popular, but just kind of off people's radar a little bit. TikTok is still humongous. Who knows how long TikTok will last? Facebook is still around. But I really think right now what we've seen over the last year, again, coming back to the quarantine, is are you guys familiar with social audio at all? Social, like Clubhouse. Clubhouse has blew up over the last year, and what that's caused is now you're seeing Twitter came out with Spaces, which is their social audio functionality.
Okay, tell me what that is. So basically you're talking to somebody in real time?
Yeah, it's like a room. So you host a room, you have a stage, a quote-unquote stage. You can bring people up. It's very interactive, but it's all audio. So Twitter launched their Spaces function. Facebook
So no video?
is just now beta testing theirs.
You're just hearing
LinkedIn
voices?
is going to come out with theirs.
That's interesting. So you're just hearing voices,
social audio is
Vincent?
kind of the big thing right now. And it's funny because we're seeing a lot of Gen Z. You know what the biggest thing right now next to TikTok is podcasts, hosting podcasts and listening to podcasts.
Wow. That's a lot of stuff to do.
What are
Where's
those
their
Gen Z?
downtime?
Gen Z podcasts. I have to start
They're
listening
there.
to some
They
of those.
exist.
Oh my God, my mom did this today. What is Gen Z? Gen Z's like
I
20
forget.
now. I feel bad, right?
I
Isn't Gen
don't
Z like
remember.
20 something?
I'm
22?
confused. 22?
Late teens, early 20s.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll have to catch some
Let's
of those
go make that
podcasts.
uncool.
That's like your
Vincent,
house.
thank you.
There's one big Gen Z
Thanks for having me.
podcast.
Yeah,
Thanks,
good
Happy
job.
Vincent.
Social Media Day.
All right, see you, bud. Britney Spears' ex, Kevin Federline, weighing